Good morning. I'm Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church, right here in Beaumont, Texas. And we're here on the set of what's happening in our neighborhood. And today, my special guest is Beth Gillespie. Welcome, Beth.
Thank you.
Hey, Beth, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Pascagoula, Mississippi. It's another I-10 refinery town. It's a lot like Beaumont, but a little bit smaller. And I moved to Beaumont in 1995 to take my second job out of college.
So how did you end up here in Beaumont? I mean,
I came here for a job. I had always lived in Mississippi and decided Texas seems interesting. I think I'll see if I can get a job in Texas. And I was a newspaper reporter at the time and sent resumes and clips to several newspapers in Texas and got a job offer from the Beaumont Enterprise and moved here to take it. Never planned to settle in Beaumont, but once I got here, I was 23 years old at the time. Once I got here, I fell in love with the city and also fell in love with my husband. So I've been here ever since.
You know, that's one thing that they always say when I talk to people who come in from out of town. They always tell me, I didn't intend on staying, but once I got here, I just fell in love with Beaumont.
Absolutely. The people are so friendly. Beaumont has so many great things going for it. And over the past 10 years or so, I think the city's made a lot of great strides. There's always work to be done, but I think it's a great city with a lot of great people.
So now you moved here and you became a reporter for the Enterprise. Tell us about that.
Reporting is a great job if you're curious and you're smart and you don't mind working hard. And I learned so much about the city as a reporter. I covered police, I covered courts, I covered city government, county government, school district, education, Lamar University, a little bit of everything. And that's one of the ways I got to meet so many wonderful, interesting people and learned a lot about how local government works and some of the issues in our community and the leadership in the community and a lot of great networking through that.
So after now, are you still with the Enterprise?
No, I left the Enterprise almost 10 years ago, and then I went to work at Lamar University in public relations, and I love Lamar University. I was actually in grad school at Lamar when I went to work for them, finished up my master's in English, and I'm now teaching part-time for Lamar.
Oh,
yeah.
you are a professor?
Technically an instructor, but yes, I am. I teach Intro to Mass Communication, and I've also taught a few other classes in the communication department.
So you're actually using the skills that you had with the Enterprise and things of that sort. Now you're training and teaching other people how
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm able to pass on the experience and try to teach potential working journalists and public relations practitioners how to evaluate media. Media literacy is such a huge issue today. So understanding, especially in this era of social media and the internet, being able to evaluate whether you have good information or not, and transparency, the importance of transparency in all government interactions, making sure people have the good information they need to make good decisions.
Now, you were also a part of the press club.
I'm still a member of the press club, and I've been very involved in that organization for many years. I was their vice president of finance for several years. I just rotated off the board this year, but it's a great organization. It provides scholarships in the Department of Communications, so it's nice. You know, everything kind of ties together. So
now, is it true that you were a part of the Beaumont Community Players?
Yes, I love the arts. I've been a big supporter of arts for many, many years, and I've always loved theater, and just over the past 5 years or so, I've gotten involved with Beaumont Community Players. I do more backstage work than on-stage work. I've done a couple of staged readings. I've been on stage a few times when I don't have to memorize the script, but I really like working backstage and trying to help all the pieces come together into a seamless whole.
Now you're involved in something called politics.
That is true, Pastor, and I never saw myself getting into politics. You know, a lot of people have seen my signs around town for running for Beaumont City Council at large, and said they saw the name and thought, well, that can't be the same Beth Gillespie. That can't be that old reporter I knew. But then they saw my picture on the signs and said, well, it is. I never really saw myself getting into it, but last year, as I started looking at the political landscape, I started asking myself, why don't we have more good candidates running for office? And as I thought about that, I said, you know, if I want other people to be willing to stand up and serve.
You needed to stand up and serve.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think with my background in journalism, my knowledge of the community, my connections all over the community, I have a lot to give, and I feel responsibility to offer to give that.
So, I mean, when you were pondering the thought of running, I mean, what kind of process did you go through in saying, okay, I'm going to get in this race?
That's a really good question. I guess it was just a lot of back and forth of, was it the right time? But I think there's a lot of momentum. A lot of people are paying more attention to what's going on in the with their government bodies and realizing the importance of the decisions that are made at all levels of government. So I think now is a good time to get involved, and more people are paying attention, more younger people are paying attention, and that's wonderful because at all levels of government, those decisions impact people's lives, especially at the city level. You know, it impacts how much you have to pay for recycling. It impacts whether you have a good sidewalk to walk on in your neighborhood, or if you have an open ditch next to your road.
Right.
It impacts the condition of your roads and whether you're able to drive your car without running through a pothole every time you try to get out of your neighborhood.
Yes.
So those are important issues that affect people's lives on a daily basis.
So where do you see our city right now? Where do you see us?
I think we've made a lot of progress. People sometimes complain about downtown being a ghost town, and you know, I'd like to see more activity downtown. But downtown is in so much better shape than it was when I moved here in 1995.
Yes, it is.
You've seen a lot of buildings get rehabbed. You've got those beautiful brick sidewalks and lighting, and the event center is a gorgeous facility.
And always rented.
And always rented. Yes, in fact, I'm going to a luncheon there later. So, I mean, I think we've got a lot of great things going on in the city, but there's still work to be done. There's still work to be done. There are neighborhoods that need a little more attention. There are definitely streets that need some attention.
Definitely.
We need more sidewalks and bike lanes, more places like Austin. Most cities have put an emphasis on that because they add to quality of life.
Yes.
And in a lot of areas of Beaumont, they also are, it's also a big safety concern. There are a lot of places I go in this city, and you see people trying to walk or bike in the road because there's no other option, and motorists going too fast and getting around them, the occasional accident because of that. So, you know, as a safety issue and as a quality of life issue, so people can get out and enjoy their community, I want to work on those things. So.
Well, I want to thank Beth for coming today and being a part of what's happening in our neighborhood. Great information. Hey, listen, the election is right around the corner. As a matter of fact, the final election day is on tomorrow. So get out and exercise your right, your constitutional right to vote. Every election matters, so get out and vote. I want to thank you for joining us here on What's Happening in Our Neighborhood, and we'll see you next time on our broadcast.